You're losing 3 hours a day. Not to work, not to rest, to do nothing. 3 invisible hours that vanish between "I'll start in 5 minutes" and "Where did my day go?" You tell yourself you're busy, that you're overwhelmed, that life is hectic. But deep down, you know the truth. You're not productive. You're just distracted. And if you keep wasting those hours, you're not just losing time. You're losing potential. You're losing the person you could have become. We drift from one screen to another, one task to another, one thought to another, always doing something, but rarely living anything. You wake up already tired, not because you didn't sleep, but because your mind never rested. You reach for your phone before you even reach for your thoughts. You scroll through 1,000 lives before you've even stepped into your own. Before breakfast, your brain has consumed more information than your grandparents processed in a week. No wonder you feel empty. By noon, you've been busy for hours but accomplished nothing that actually mattered. You've answered messages, liked posts, checked the news, maybe crossed off a few small things, but that dream project, that workout, that thing you said you'd start, still untouched. And then comes the guilt, that heavy, sinking feeling that whispers, you wasted another day. You promise yourself you'll do better tomorrow, but tomorrow comes and it looks a lot like today, because time doesn't wait for you to get it right. It just keeps moving. Here's the truth. You don't need more time. You need more awareness of how you're spending it. Your brain isn't lazy. It's efficient, but it's wired for survival, not fulfillment. It craves the path of least resistance. It loves easy, quick, predictable rewards. That's why scrolling feels better than starting. Why checking notifications feels more urgent than focusing. Every ping, every swipe, every little red dot gives you a dopamine hit. It tricks your mind into feeling accomplished, even when you've done nothing. You're not lazy. You're overstimulated. You've trained your brain to seek noise instead of depth. And the more distracted you become, the harder it is to sit still, to focus, to create, to simply be. But once you understand this, you can reprogram it. You can take back those 3 hours a day, and with them, your focus, your clarity, your energy, and your life. Let's break this down. Here are 5 simple shifts that can help you recover the hours that quietly vanish from your day. 5 shifts that will give you your time and yourself back. 1. Track the invisible hours. The first step is awareness, and it's the one most people skip. You can't fix what you don't see. So for 1 week, track your time. Every hour, every task, every quick check. It sounds tedious, but it's like shining a flashlight into the corners of your day. You'll be shocked by what you find. 30 minutes answering messages that didn't matter. An hour scrolling after lunch. Another hour lost to random videos before bed. These aren't moments of rest. They're little leaks. Tiny, constant drips of attention that eventually drain your entire day. And here's the thing, you can't get them back. The average person spends nearly 7 years of their life on their phone. 7 years. That's a university degree, a business, a family, a legacy gone. But awareness changes everything. When you see where your time really goes, you start guarding it naturally. You start saying no to the small things because you finally see what they cost. So for 7 days, log your time. Don't judge it, just observe it. Awareness alone will begin to rewire your choices. 2. Guard your start. The first hour of your day decides the next 10. If you start it lost in your phone, your brain begins in reaction mode. You start chasing instead of creating. Every notification you open, every message you read, it tells your brain, the world is more important than you are. And once your day begins that way, it's almost impossible to pull it back. So protect your start like it's sacred. You don't need a 5-hour morning routine. You just need one intentional start. 10 minutes of quiet, a short walk, journaling, stretching, reading a page that feeds your mind instead of your anxiety. It's not about what you do. It's about who you become when you do it. Those 10 minutes tell your brain, I'm in control today. And that feeling of control, it follows you everywhere. So before the world floods in, give yourself that time. You don't find clarity in chaos. You find it in silence. 3. Build focus gates. You don't need more focus. You need fewer leaks. Think of your focus like water. It flows naturally, but it spills everywhere unless you build walls to hold it. That's what focus gates are, boundaries for your attention. A focus gate is a block of time, 60, 90, maybe 120 minutes where you do one thing. Not 10, not 3, 1. No phone, no tabs, no distractions. You close everything except what matters. You tell the world, I'm unavailable. And for that time, you mean it. It's uncomfortable at first. You'll reach for your phone. You'll want to check things. You'll crave stimulation, but after a few days, something magical happens. You remember what deep work feels like. You get lost in creation again. You rediscover flow, and you realize the problem wasn't attention span. It was the environment. Most people never build focus gates because they think focus should happen naturally. It doesn't. It's designed. Set one block a day, even just one. Call it sacred. Guard it fiercely, because in that one block, you'll get done what most people can't finish in a week. 4. Eliminate the gray zone. You're not working, but you're not resting either. You're just in between. That's the gray zone, and that's where time goes to die. You're kind of working, kind of relaxing, kind of existing, and by the end of the day, you're drained, but nothing's actually done. The gray zone is the silent killer of productivity. It's why you feel exhausted doing nothing. So when you work. When you rest, really rest. No fake breaks, no half attention. Close the laptop, leave the room, go outside, do something that reminds you what it feels like to be alive. Because if you don't rest on purpose, you'll end up resting out of burnout. And that's not rest, that's recovery from damage. The gray zone is where people live their entire lives half awake. The gray zone is where people live their entire lives half awake. And the moment you step out of it, everything changes. You feel lighter, clearer, more alive. So pick a side, be all in or all out. Partial attention is full exhaustion. 5. Redefine productivity. We've been sold the wrong idea of productivity. We think it's about doing more, checking off boxes, staying busy, filling every moment. But true productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. You don't need a to-do list. You need a worth-doing list. 3 things. That's it. At the start of each day, ask, what 3 things, if I finish them, will actually move my life forward? Not what looks busy, what counts. And when you focus on those 3 things, everything else begins to fall in line. At the end of the day, you won't feel tired and guilty. You'll feel tired and fulfilled. Because the real goal isn't to fill your time. It's to fill your time with meaning. That's productivity. That's progress. Now here's where it all clicks together. Ease 5 shifts. Tracking, guarding, focusing, resting, redefining. They all point to one deeper truth. You don't find time. You create it. Time is a mirror. It reflects what you value most. If you value distractions, you'll fill your hours with noise. If you value clarity, you'll start building it into your life. Every focused hour becomes a quiet victory. Every moment of rest becomes a reward, not an escape. And as days turn into weeks, something inside you shifts. You stop chasing the clock. You start flowing with it. You stop measuring life by how much you did. You stop measuring life by how much you did. You start measuring it by how present you were. Imagine this. You wake up one morning and it's quiet. No panic, no rush, just peace. You open your eyes, not your notifications. You stretch, you breathe, you feel grounded. You already know what matters today, and the rest, it can wait. You start working on one thing that truly counts, and for once, time seems to slow down. That's what happens when you stop wasting hours and start owning them. You begin to feel like yourself again. You're not chasing life anymore. You're living it. And the crazy thing? You didn't get more time. You just started using what was already yours. But remember, you'll slip, you'll scroll, you'll fall back into noise. That's okay. The goal isn't to be perfect. It's to notice when you're drifting and come back faster each time. Because every reset is progress. Every pause is awareness. And awareness is the foundation of change. Don't wait for the perfect day. Start now, right now. Because the more you wait, the more life passes in the background. Don't let your best hours get stolen by things that don't matter. Protect them, shape them, live them. If this hits something inside you, share it with someone who keeps saying they don't have time. You both do. You just forgot where to look. And if you're ready to take back your hours, your focus, your energy, subscribe. This is your reminder to wake up, to reset, and to take your time back.